welcome back to BeamNG Drive, and today we are at my shop, and we are getting ready to get working on our 65 Mustang here. We're going to be doing a full rebuild on this Mustang, but before we get started, I do have to finish up the BMW, and honestly, realistically, we could leave the BMW on that lift, and I'll put it on the. I gotta move to 300. That's what we're gonna do. That'll be a better lift for this car, so we can see top, bottom, underneath, all of it. So that's the lift that we're gonna put it on. We got the Dodge Magnum here. If you guys remember this car, it's the RT. I decided to bring it to this shop because it's gonna be here. We're gonna be working on this car for a while, and yeah, it makes no sense to have it at our main shop just in the way, not doing anything, since it's my personal car. It doesn't need to be there. So, and like I say, it's going to take realistically, it's going to take at least a couple of weeks to get it the way I want it, because we're going to be doing something with the engine and transmission, and yeah. Right now, it's a 5.7 Hemi in this. It's a rear-wheel drive. It's not all-wheel drive. It's rear-wheel drive. And we're going to be doing a full build on this car, almost like how we did with our 300 over here. This is our hammed 300, which is absolutely crazy because, as you can see, this one's all-wheel drive. And not only is it all-wheel drive, but it's putting down powers, which you can see as with the drag radials on the all the way around. Yeah, it's making some power for sure. And speaking of, let's not do that. Let's just lower this thing down, because we got to get it off this lift. We're gonna be putting the Mustang we're gonna be putting the Mustang on this lift, and so we gonna get this 300 out of there. Get it fired up. So, like I said, this thing here, this car is cam making serious power. Dude, listen to that. Thing always ready to roll. But yeah, I love this car. I don't drive it much because it's mainly you just go to shows, just like my Porsche 930. That car stay at car shows. So you barely gonna see that car on this channel. But there we go. So now we got that car off the lift. And so we're gonna be taking the forklift, putting it on that lift. We could roll it if I had rollers. I kind of do have rollers. Not really. I don't have any rollers here. That's one thing I don't have at this shop. Is rollers. But, you know, for the rollers, you will have to, put them all underneath. You have to put them under all four tires, and I don't have them. But we do got a good old wolf. We're going to try to lift it up. I'm just hoping. I don't think underneath is too rusty or rotten or anything. If the car was, rusty, I wouldn't do this. But since we're going to be rebuilding it anyway, it makes no difference. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that this is in neutral with the parking brake off. So parking brake is now off. It's in neutral. And so what we got to do now is just try to get it out of this little area. Okay, now navigate it. Now we do have a manhole in the bay, so the last thing we want to do is fall into that dang pit. We do not want to fall in the service pit. Kind of got it. And we should be able to get a good look underneath this car. But like I said, I think most of this car has been taken really good care of. It did sit a while. It did sit for a couple of years, but it didn't sit for like 30, 40, 50 years. It sat just a couple of years. So if you look underneath this thing, don't mind me getting stuck here. But if you look underneath, it looks pretty good for a 65. Lower this down a little bit. But as you can see, it looks pretty good for a 65 car. It's not too rusty or nothing. It's just, you know. So pretty much the car has bleached paint. The paint is bleached. But we're going to be redoing all of it. So we're going to be redoing the axles, the differentials, all the steering and suspension components. We're going to be doing a new gas tank. We're going to be redoing the trim. Everything on this car is going to be redone. So you not even going to recognize this car when you see it. Today is teardown, so we're pretty much just going to tear it down to an ultimate shell, take the engine out of it, which I don't know if we can get this engine fired up, but we could try it. We could try it today. We ain't doing nothing. So that's the plan for today. You know, take the wheels off, all that. So without further ado, we're gonna do that here in a minute. But I want to show you guys this BMW over here. This bad boy. This thing here. Oh my lord. So this one is a new toy of mine. All right. I did not show you guys this car, but this is my new toy. And currently we're in the process. Don't mind that fender, that bumper creaking out, but it's a blacked out edition with black carbon fiber. Like, it has everything that you want a BMW to have with the red insides. Look at that. Ooh, look good. Look at that on the dash. Black carbon fiber. So, this BMW has everything with the racing wheels, brake calipers, everything. So, we are going to be turboing this BMW. I gotta have, don't mind that. But we're gonna be turboing the M4, which I'm gonna be doing. I guess we're gonna have to wait now. So, cut. So we're gonna wait on that BMW because I'm not ready to get started on that yet. So we're gonna get started on tearing down the 65 Mustang. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much get access to the engine. So we're going to be we're going to take the hood off, the bumper, all this, the bumper off. The radiator is already gone, so we don't have to worry about the radiator. And that way we got a good look at the engine because it looks like the engine has been replaced before. So we should be able to just get this thing fired up real quick. All right, so this is what it's looking like right here. Look at that jiggle. The jiggle, jiggle, the jiggle. But we have the bumper cord, bumper support, the hood's off. The only thing really left is that bracket. But like I say, like if you take a really good look here, this engine is brand new. It's a brand new engine. It's a 289. We probably could fire it up if we put some fresh gas in it, see if we can get a battery charged up. We probably could get this car fired up here today. Let me go and try to see if I have a battery laying around here. Let me see something. I really think this car will run. Okay, so I found a battery. We just put it in, and I had just a little bit of gas around here, not much, but we're gonna see if we can get this car started. Now, like I say, this engine does appear to be brand new. It does have oil in it. It's not the best of shape of oil, but it does have oil in it. So what we're gonna do, fingers crossed, is we're gonna see if we can get this Mustang fired up here. If it fires up, that's a good sign. So here we go. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen, the first attempt to start the 65 Mustang after, I think they said like 10, 11 years. So here we go. Come on, let's go. All right. We do got power. Here we go. Ooh, we got something. We got something. We got life at least. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. It won't stay running by itself. It only runs with the gas. It got life. It got life. Hey, I'll take it. It's not the healthiest. It does run. That's a good sign. It just maybe, go through the engine, just make sure nothing's wrong with it. But honestly, I think we put some really fresh gas, maybe clean the gas tank out, maybe replace all the wires, the spark plugs, and basically, I do believe we can get this car running just as is, like not touching it, not doing nothing besides just replacing, the wires, the spark plug, maybe the distributor, and maybe the fuel pump, just technical stuff like that, little stuff. But I think if we leave it alone, don't do much, we will be able to get this car running and driving in under, like, shoot, realistically, 2-3 weeks from now. So I was going to pull the engine out, but at this point, it makes no sense to pull the engine out of the car since it runs. So what we're going to do is we're going to sidetrack that one. We're going to X that off. And we're just going to probably just get started on the suspension. So we're going to lift this thing up, probably just re-chrome everything, and we'd be good to go. Shoot, our 65 Mustang, this was a good find. It really was. So anyway, without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to replace our front, rear diff. I'm going to knock this out here real quick. So anyway, give me a couple, well, shit. It's going to take a couple. Give me a couple of hours, and I'll see you guys in a minute. I might got to run out and see if I can find some parts, but finding parts for a 65 is going to be pretty hard. So let me see. I might have to order them. More than likely, I'm going to have to order the parts for this car. So if not, I'll see you guys back in a couple of weeks. We're going to try to get this front end done at least on this video. So I'll see you guys when I see you, I guess.
A4.
All right. It is a whole nother week. We have parts. I went and picked them up. I went and picked them up, so I got them quicker. Because it would have been out like another freaking week or two. So I decided to go and pick them up. Got my nice U-Rent van. So we went and got it. We now have them here. We can finish up our front end so we can put this front back together so we can get started on that rear, because it's a lot more. We got to do a lot back there even. These parts are going to be here hopefully tomorrow. We got new springs. We're going to be redoing. We're going to be getting this. God dang it. We're going to be sending the rear end out to get completely redid. So that's going to be... It's going to be like 2 weeks before that can even come back. So altogether, shoot, we have a month. Rough or take a month for this car to be done. However, I did look over the engine while I was waiting. So far, everything looks pretty good. I did tune it up, new plugs, new wires. We're gonna leave that battery in here, air filter, carburetor. Might need adjusting, so I might go and buy a brand new carburetor for it. We are waiting on a gas tank. We got a brand new gas tank coming for it. So that's gonna be coming in. A lot of work to be done still. But without further ado, we're going to see what we have in these boxes and try to get this car put back together. I'm stuck on. Jesus. Stuck on everything. But we have new racing. These are racing shocks and springs. We did replace the lower and upper control arm. Next thing we have to do is we gotta install our brakes. So we gotta go ahead and get those installed, slap them on, and finish up. We're gonna get the sway bar installed. We also have a racing sway bar for it to go in. And pretty much after that, we are in the clear. We can drop this thing down. We slap the wheel. Well, I'm waiting on wheels. Wheels, bad news on the wheels. The wheels probably ain't gonna be here for a whole nother 3 weeks. So I don't know exactly when we're going to be able to get wheels to go on here. These are done for these tires. They're not even holding air. So, yeah, they might just be sitting. This car might be sitting on this lift until we can. But it doesn't matter because we're still waiting on parts. So it is what it is. But anyway, let me go and get these brakes done. And I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, welcome back. And we now have our racing brakes installed and our front sway bar. As you guys can see, our sway bar is now installed. We're going to try to lower this down gently, and we're going to try to get that radiator and radiator support. We did, in fact, find a radiator for this car, which is pretty cool because this car came without one. So we're going to slap all this stuff on, and 1, 2, 3. Bam! Look at that. Yeah! So as you guys can see, we have a brand new radiator now installed on our 65 Mustang. Looks pretty good. We are still waiting on a lot for like the front end. I did find a grill, but I'm not going to put it on until it gets painted, so we're not even going to put it on. We're not in a rush anyway. We just wanted to get this front end did, which right now the front suspension's done. And then we get started on the back, get that whole back end did, put the new gas tank in, and put the new wheels and tires on, and try to fire it up. What type of paint we want to paint this car? I'm thinking about going original, go with the original paint job. Can't hurt it, But you guys leave some comments down below. What should we paint these 65 Mustangs? Should we go original? Should we paint it a different color? Or should we go something different? Comment down below what you guys think. Or I might put a poll up. It might be in the top corner on the right. But anyway, without further... Oh, also, before we leave, I was just about to end the video. We got the turbo installed on our BMW. So our M4 is now with a brand new turbo. And I know what you're thinking. Didn't the car with a turbo already? Yes. Yes, it did. But not like this. All right? This turbo is way different than the factory. All right? You actually probably can't even see it. Let's see if we can find it, actually. Hell. Yeah, you can't even see the dang thing. But anyway, it is running a new turbo. The turbo that this car is now running is called a CTS turbo. It's a CTS turbo kit that you could put on the M4, and it sounds amazing. Listen to that. Oh, listen to that. That has nothing to do with the turbo, but I wanted to show you off my exhaust. You hear it? I hate bouncing off the rev limiter, but that's the only way I can hear. That's the only way I can get you guys to hear it. Yes, sir. The BMW, the M4, is running really good. It sounds good. It runs good, and I'm stuck on a dang post. Get off the post. Dang. But the M4 is going to be a monster. I'm stuck on a table. Bro, what is going on? Okay. The M4 is going to be an absolute animal, and I can't get off the table. But I can't wait to do some street racing with this thing. This thing, it's gonna rip. It's gonna rip, Tater Chip. It is gonna rip. Anyway, it's pole, bro. Get off the pole, man. Dang. The M4 is now running a CTS turbo kit, which is absolutely crazy. It's gonna be crazy. This spool alone is intimidating. It's very, very intimidating. But anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on that post notification so you know when I post videos. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.